Yo, and welcome to Chat Shit Get Baked with the High Cunts with me, the Grandmaster Kush. Joining me, I have the Fada Fairy and DunkonDank.
What's up?
What's happening? So this is just another little podcast where we're just going to get together and chat some shit about Amsterdam. So chat shit and get baked. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Ready.
It's a nice chill one. You know what I mean?
Not so much of an interview, we're just going to fucking talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could do a few, talk about our like top 3 coffee shops of different topics, because everyone always asks what's your favourite coffee shop, and I always don't know what way to answer, whether it's, do you want to go chill there, do you want to buy weed, do you want to get a deal. So I think you have to have a couple of top 3s, you know what I mean, because
depending on
when someone asks me, I'm like, well, I live here, so I try and find somewhere cheap and somewhere comfortable, you know what I mean, where you're a tourist, you want to find somewhere with the best weed and the fucking best this and that, you know what I mean. So I think there's multiple top 3s we can do. So and
there will be chances that some will be even in multiple lists because they have a bit of both.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But most of them have or one or the other.
Yeah.
It's hard to have both because that means you're literally one of the best shops in town.
Yeah, no,
and you have.
But that's it. We'll see how many get mentioned multiple times, you know what I mean? Because then you'll know they've got a lot to offer. But I think since most of us buy cheap enough weed, we'll say our top 3 shops for a good deal.
For a sneaky deal?
Yeah.
100% like locals.
Yeah.
I have to say Bagheera's must be on that list.
I was just about to say Bagheera's, especially lately, because they did go a bit, their menu went a bit Cali, a bit kind of high price for a while, and now they've gone the opposite. They've gone pure locals. It goes from €9 to €13 or something, and you get a deal on 5 and everything. So it's I definitely have Bagheera.
And is this flour or hash?
I haven't
gone. I used to.
That's a good thing about this. We've got hash, weed, and hash, and then weed. So we've got the whole broad thing covered.
I have to say for weed.
Yeah.
Because with hash, they have their hashes. But there was a couple between there on the lower side I wasn't just not impressed with.
Yeah.
And that's for me like, okay, but if you offer something for a certain price and your weed is decent enough at that price, I think your hash must be as well.
Yeah.
Like I got something for, I think it was 12 or something, but I wasn't impressed at all.
Okay.
It was like like it was almost advertised as it was something else.
Yeah.
So that gets your hopes up. Yeah. So you buy more than 1 gram, you go for that 5.
Yeah.
And then I got a bit disappointed. So
yeah.
Nowadays I'd rather try things. Rather try a gram first.
Yeah.
Sit in there and
before you commit to it.
I have days that I throw the whole gram in there.
Yeah.
You know, just so I'm sure that I'm gonna like it or not before I'm gonna buy 5 because they have good deals on 5.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So Bagheera's definitely need to be on that list.
I think Solo be in that list for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they do deals on 5 as well, and they've always got something like with their Solo. What was it? Solo Kush was always something that was like their house weed.
Yeah.
Like the Solo Kush could be a Gorilla Glue or a fucking strawberry banana or anything, but it's always a tenner. It's always solid. It's always, you know what I mean. And you get the deals.
Decent, like
even for hash, it's one of the few that can do both.
And they have like a nice high range, but isn't that crazy price. But then also you're like nice locals.
For sure. It's a little hidden gem of the.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where else is good for deals.
Like
Bagheera's good price, or Dampring's good, but you don't do deals and stuff. Like you have got good prices, and at the moment you just haven't got much 10, 11 stuff. Have you?
There's some 9, 10 and 11. Okay. 10 no more, 11 yes.
At night buy?
Sorry?
At night I would buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Dampring's always definitely a good one.
There is some, but the problem with these low ranged prices is besides locals, a lot of tourists think that something that's priced lower is probably a bit softer.
Yeah, no, of course.
So the amount of people that buy Super Silver Haze, for example, in ours, just because it's a bit lower priced, is crazy because it's pretty intense.
Okay.
Because it's Super Silver Haze, it's intense head high.
Yeah.
So if you're not a smoker and you go for a Super Silver Haze, you're gonna have a nice day.
I think you want something to do. When you smoke Silver Haze,
I get
active. Real creative and like
that's what
fuzzy.
I usually tell them.
So if you're just floating and chilling, you're a bit like you're just in there thinking of everything.
I don't smoke haze, but I always explain to my customers, Amnesia's more giggly funny, Silver's more clear and active, and then the lemon's probably in between them two, probably a bit more tasty.
Yeah, but it also depends on which genetics they're crossed with.
Well, of course.
Like,
I
had some
base kind of.
Yeah, you can say lemon is probably a bit more on the emotional side of your brain.
But I know Amnesia is more that giggly, goofy kind of. Of all the hazes, that would be the one I like. 'Cause it's kind of like an indica for your brain. You're kind of just like, You know what I mean? Where silver's just more clear, active. And I think lemon's probably more between active and funny, kind of. You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah,
a
you
nice
have like
goat for hazel
intellectual
goes
side of the brain or emotional side of the brain. It really gets affected differently with different kinds of haze. So yeah, it's nice that there's something for everybody. Same with us with more indica smokers.
Yeah,
It's
you've
just
a lot more
nice to
indica
have.
base.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, that option that I want, like, I have days I'm like, today I just need my head to be knocked out. I just want to go to bed after, you know,
Yeah.
like a
Well,
really
just
nightcap
something
joint.
nice,
Yeah.
Like I like some, and sometimes I do get a lower strain, just because I know it's gonna give me this effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just keep it for the evening.
Yeah.
You know,
You plan out your
and then the
hours.
other I feel that body high, but I know that there's active sativa inside.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really get me down.
Yeah, of
So I can
course.
keep smoking from it. You know, that's what I like. It's like the indica dominant hybrids.
Yeah.
Really
Um,
important that they're there.
And what about you? What about hash deals? Where would you go?
There's a few funky ones, like even like.
Hashtag.
Hashtag have a good.
That's
We
the
seen
thing,
that
'cause,
yesterday.
like I didn't want to jump straight onto them with it, but hashtag as well. They have a banging, like their hash menu is
Yeah.
fire, and it's
But we're in
big.
there. Are they 5 for 5 or 5 for
They
25?
have like their basic kind
5
of
for 25,
blonde
blonde
hash,
Moroccan,
yeah,
yeah.
5 for 25, and then they have everything up after that
Yeah.
from like a nice kind of every
Good
prices
range,
hit,
yeah.
big range now. Like Dash has jumped up.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'd be a banging spot, especially for
For the hash
like something
smokers
nice.
around
Yeah.
city.
It
It's
really-
like if you're a hash smoker, definitely check them out, because
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, it's
there's
jumped up.
there's hash for everyone.
Yeah.
You want something blonde Moroccan, you want something frozen, you want to go
About-
higher.
Would they be good for the deals, or is it just more for
yeah,
a good
they
hash?
brought in like their
I've seen
even with
they've now
their
got 5.
for 25
Yeah.
one, and then they have the 5 gram. I think they're bringing in 3 gram deals.
Okay,
as
nice.
well.
Like a
so it's
3.5.
Yeah, no, just like 3
Oh,
gram
3
deals.
grams,
So
okay.
then like you can get the deal with 3 grams or
Yeah.
5, which is nice as
I
well.
see. I think it's like a lot of do that every 2 or 2.5 grams. You can get a deal on it
Yeah.
as well, which is nice. You don't have to go all the way to the 5.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, no, they're hashtag definitely
Because you see
like
more
good
often.
quality hash at a low price as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like all of their stuff is beautiful.
And then where else would you go for your deals?
Schnickedoodles Dolphins is a handy one. It's a bit, they are like not the best quality,
Yeah.
but for price and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
you
if it's
can
your
get it.
daily driver, banging.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're Bluebird. They have some. They're not a big flower shop,
Yeah.
and a lot of their stuff is pre-bagged,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like funky.
But when you get it, it's decent enough.
Yeah.
I know definitely one that needs to be mentioned for deals. Sativa. 100%.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
100%
Do you know
needs
what?
to be
I'm racking my
mentioned for
brain
deals,
here
because
trying to
they have
think of-
already like, I think it was like biscotti or something. It was
For
maybe
12.
maybe €12.
Yeah, and then you
But
get
then
deal
if
of
you got
5.
5, it was under 11.
Nice.
And it was a nice smoke. It was nice and
Yeah.
clean. Yeah, it was a good smoke. So
I
yeah,
haven't
they
been
did.
sativa in a while. Nice.
They have nice strains these days.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
bad. I see them also on people's.
I know the strain caners had it on their like they done a horseshoe. I think starting at what was it, Heck Elders all the way up through Green Place, Bagheera's. Then you go like kind of you loop back around and then back down Spell by New Times and into
Oh,
Sativa,
yeah.
and I can't remember where they ended up, but it was a kind of full horseshoe of the city. It was kind of like a pub crawl kind of thing.
Nice,
But
for
Sativa
coffee
was
shops.
on that
Yeah.
one as well. Now I remember when they were talking about it, I go like a lot of people don't know about Sativa,
Yeah.
so it was good that they
Because it's a lovely
recognise it.
shop. I remember being like I've been in a few times, but not in a while to remember menu wise. But I remember liking
That
it
was for
and
me
stuff as
before.
well.
I haven't been for ages, and then somebody said, "Oh yeah, they have some nice deals." So I was like, "Oh, just give it
Yeah.
give it a try." And I think I got Zelato or something. I don't think they have it on the menu anymore. But it was a nice clean smoke. Was
Yeah.
was at like €10 if you've got 5. So yeah, then you're on €50. It's
Yeah.
nothing for 5 grams. This is a nice
Yeah.
5 gram deal for some weed.
If you're getting decent smoke.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Because that's the thing. I think, like, we all love a banging joint, but for people like us that smoke
constantly.
constantly,
Yeah.
you
With
can't
this city getting more expensive as well.
exactly. You can't be spending like a oneer every day.
No.
Like we're bud-tenders, we're entrepreneurs. We ain't got the fucking
Yeah,
dough to
no,
be like,
for sure.
when you're on holidays,
Yeah.
there's some.
Oh,
That's
I
it,
will
the
be the
di-
same.
The difference
it's
between
the-
a euro or 2 extra means nothing when you're only buying a gram or 2. When
You
you're
know what I
buying
mean?
5 every day,
Yeah.
it's them euros or 2 make a big difference.
it's
You
a
know what I
chunk.
mean?
So I kind of, it's nice to even have them spots that you can go in. You float. You have your, if you have daily driver spots, they're
Yeah.
just like your spots.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to think. When Sativa's probably would be my third as well. I think I'd agree, because I'm trying to think of other shops that one have good prices and then give you a deal on top of them good prices. And Bagheera's, Solo, Sativa. I can't even really think of many.
Yeah,
other
but we're
ones.
thinking only of the city centre now. We
Well,
haven't been outside of that. Like
the only
too
other
much.
one I was going to say that's a good deal, and I might do a top three for hidden gems and save it for that, but is Johnny's.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
do deals, but it's always got good prices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
No,
always
fair,
got good.
100%.
But then you can also mention the Plug, because they have the West location
And
where
I was
they
also
do
thinking-
great deals.
Oh yeah, I've never been to the West one.
So basically, stuff that you find here on Rusland,
Or
stuff that you find on Utopia, you find there also, but
Okay.
they take €1 or two off.
Okay, nice.
Because it's out in the West.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people that live in the West don't
The
have to
locals.
come all the way to the city center.
Yeah.
But it attracts them. For them, it
Yeah,
attracts
no, of course.
customers. They
Yeah.
build up a database there
They
of
don't, then
customers.
when they float into city,
And
they
that's a
know
good
their
thing.
spot
Yeah,
as
that's a
well.
good thing.
And nice even that they're
Like I had a couple
considering that
times.
it's outside.
I had a couple times that I was home. I had to
Yeah.
do something not far from home. It's like I don't want to go all the way into the city. I actually
Yeah.
just want to go home and chill at home today.
Yeah,
But I wanted to get some weed, so it's
Yeah.
like my local's just not great.
yeah. What's
So-
the nearest coffee shop to you?
Milwaukee.
Never even heard of it.
I had like three different times I smoked something from there, and 3 different times I had like terrible ash. It didn't stay on. It just went off all the time. So yeah, that was for me like
Yeah.
skip.
give it a miss.
Yeah, and then
When I sent
after
out the
that-
option,
yeah, after that you get like Vondel, this kind of shops. That's close
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
So that's
But,
quite far. It's for me
Best
already.
Friends isn't far from me then,
That's
is
the
it?
next
No,
one
that's
I
also not so
think,
far.
yeah.
It's in a different direction.
I
so
know one
it
of my
really
colleagues
depends,
goes to
like-
Best Friends a bit, and he comes in with some nice stuff every now and again. So it's probably not worth a little check every now and again.
Yeah,
when
but
I pass
that's still like
Aw,
for me.
the
That's
three of us should go.
him. The Best Friends, 3 Best Friends.
Yeah.
like
You
that
have
would,
matching t-shirts.
Yeah. Hi guys, we're here to try your strains.
We made these at the Fairy House the other day.
Bleaching up.
There you go.
See your creations. This is my
Oh my
logo.
God.
That's DunkonDank, and then you have the Fade of Fairy. Then my big fat head.
Bleach teas.
Yeah, we've done some bleached painting at the Fairy House the
Yeah.
other day.
That was honestly so sick.
Yeah, it was a great.
It's going to
one.
happen
Yeah,
again.
no, 100%.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
Just the way they
Should
promote
find a
it.
way if there is a possibility you can alter colors
yeah.
by bleach, mixing
I'd
with paint
say,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That it would be any.
But you know what I'd say is that by bleaching it, because like when you dye with tie-dye on black, it does come out but not as strong. But I'd say if you do it on, you bleach it first and then tie-dye after.
Okay.
It should be like, it's kind of like the base.
Yeah, the bleach
So
will go a
good
different
work-
colour to the t-shirt
Yeah,
and
it'd
shit.
be like a 2-step process, but I think it could
Yeah.
be slick in that way.
With a white glow behind the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
It
you,
would
I
like
get you.
lift it even more, like it'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So I think you gave 3 shops, so I think that's 3 on the deals. You went
Yeah,
hashtag Dolphins and Bluebird. So I think
Yeah.
that's 3
I
on good
haven't
deals.
gone-
Anywhere else you'd go for a good deal on hash?
More honestly, I haven't gone chilling anywhere to
Yeah.
go floating. I've done like my grab and dash and just working.
Yeah.
So I haven't. That's
You
why
haven't
I
had
need to go
time.
on my scouts of the hash, especially coming into summer.
Yeah,
Need to
no,
go on a
that's when
load
we
of
need more
little
floats, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hit areas, you know
Anyone
what I mean?
that has any ideas? Or
Yeah,
they're,
any
like,
shouts
hash
and
deals,
yeah. Actually in the comments whenever we do it, top
Where's your
3,
little
put your
spot?
top 3. So
Yeah.
what's your top 3 for deals? Write in the comments below.
Plug used to have great deals on hash.
Oh yeah.
Of not the Plug family first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they've
Yeah.
nice quality as
But
well.
yeah, they had
What
some.
did one of the girls? It is flower. One of the girls got Fanta Orange out of there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
It's
tried
not banging.
it's a very
Tangy smoke.
Oh,
kind of.
is it?
Well,
I'm usually
I
not
think so.
for
Yeah, I'm not
as
for
much.
it either.
Already
When I
opened the
smell someone
baggie and
else
it
smoking
got
it.
like a whiff. I was like, what? Tangy.
Yeah, but I think with some.
But it,
like,
it
my
has.
brain's
It,
thinking
she
cocktail.
gave me some tokes from it, and that was quite a gassy.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah, I
tasty,
think-
and the whole way through the joint, it was
Yeah.
banging.
I think
It
it's
was
just the
kinda
right side
tangy,
of
but-
sweet, kind of. You know what I mean?
It was tangy, but it had the gas nose
Yeah,
through it,
I've
so
got
that
them
made it
before.
much more
Yeah.
enjoyable to smoke.
Yeah, you
I'd
can
say if
taste.
got a banging hash
Yeah.
cocktail, that'd be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can taste the orange, but it's not that overpowering sweet. It's kind of you still
Yeah.
get the gas coming through as well.
Yeah.
I've got that before for sure. Right, so top 3, let's say top shops if you are going to spend your money. If you do want to spend 15, 16 plus,
We'll go hashtag
where are we
again.
going?
Hashtag would stay up there.
Yeah.
For the other ones, no, they just get
Yeah,
knocked
no,
off.
for sure.
Because that's what I like about hashtag is that they have the
From top to bottom, yeah. Weed, hash, prices, everything.
Yeah, the quality is there.
I'd say family first would probably be up there.
Family.
And if you go
Tony's, he's not open at the minute, but
I
Tony
think
definitely.
Tony's definitely more a hash shop, so
That's
I don't
what
know.
I mean. If I was going to go and spend and enjoy, I'd want to go in and see Tony and be like, right.
Yeah, 100%. Because I know anytime I went in there to look at the weed menu, it was never that kind of nothing too exciting. You know what I mean? And then the hash menu was always banging.
Yeah,
so
just like
I'd say when Tony's come back open, that's probably another.
Oh.
I'm trying to think where else would go for weed. Probably
For Top Shop?
Top Shop.
Like-
Dampering?
Well,
Dampering?
I have to say Green Place.
Well, is it though anymore? It's been a long time since I bought out in the Green Place.
But if you say you want to spend,
yeah, no. Again, I used it for years. I
like
said
they
Plug,
do have,
Green Place, Terps Army, and Family First. Were
but
kind of
they
the
do
four.
have a selection of imports. They do have a selection.
They have got a lot of Cali and stuff. If you want to go that
so
end of it.
they do have their selection if you want to spend. And I still hear a lot of people saying they got certain stuff of Green Place and it was
Yeah.
fire. So
Well, because they've got rid of their cheap menu, I haven't really gone there. They've like one €12 option and that's it. You know what I mean? So when there's places doing €10 grams and deals of 5 down to €9.
If this is your treat place.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I haven't been there. I haven't been
yeah.
to Green Place so long, but in my head, I thought they'd just gone down a little bit. I know their Cali went up.
Because we used to always clear
Yeah.
the Rolex and the kosher. Oh, the Rolex.
The last time I was there, they had one cheap one.
that on
Yeah.
that menu.
But
Yeah.
it was lovely. Like, I
Yeah.
remember sitting in the Joker and just being like,
Yeah, no, it
nice
was.
and
The Rolex was
stony. You'd have a
gorgeous.
nice, like, warm lip and off.
But I know their Cali went back up. It used to be it's 25 across the board. Now I think it's between 28 to 30. So their Cali got more expensive. Their cheap stuff has gone. So it's literally they've only now high end. You know what I mean? So.
But then yet again, if you want to spend, they
yeah,
have
if
to
you're
be
gonna
on that
spend,
list.
it was one I always said, but I hadn't been there in a while. So I'd say it's, I mean, top 3 or top 4 would probably be like in no order.
Family
first, Green Place, The Plug, and Terps Army. I think them 4 are going to give you, if you like, you could go into any shop here, and by the time you find something you want to buy, it's probably going to be €15-16 and not worth it. So if you're going to spend that €15-16, like, you're better off going to. I've never bought their high end stuff because it's always their cheaper stuff, so I don't know.
You have always been quite happy with that.
Yeah, no, they haven't had that bad, so I can imagine their high end stuff is
from
that,
Solo.
Yeah.
Well, I tried like just to try. I asked the guy. He's like, oh yeah, as long as it's over €5. So I was like, yeah, just give me like a 0.7 or something.
Yeah.
I can roll a nice joint. And then he didn't mind. So, but
Which one was this?
Solo cherry cola.
I had that the other day as well. That was one of their top ones, and it's
And that was something that
candy
was
runs
not
for 13 is better, you know.
But then the
I
other
remember
day
you
I
liking
tried the
that
cherry cola and hashtag,
Yeah,
and that smelled different. That tastes different.
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
that's on their Cali menu, isn't it?
Yeah.
16, I think, don't you?
yeah.
Yes, which
But
is
they have
bad
like
as well.
2 bottoms on
I
this
never-
16, and then 2 high ends.
Yeah, that's why I went in last time, and they haven't got much cheap left in hashtag. I think they're gonna work. They were saying they're working on that. So 14 is kind of the cheapest. So I got the kosher Kush, which wasn't bad.
I think it's because they want the quality
Yeah.
rather than just having
And I
it.
think like
Yeah.
Tony's, maybe they worry more about the hash than the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They are more that kind of
And
shop.
yeah, Baloo.
Yeah, Blue. It's very similar to the Prix de Me menu.
What about Bush Doctor then?
Again, it's a little bit overpriced as well. It's
Yeah, but they have
yeah, I think it's more of a hash menu
also
as
for
well,
hash.
isn't it?
They
Yeah.
have really good hash there.
Oh, I love going in and they'll bring you through the whole menu.
Yeah.
And you're smelling everything. You're like, can I live in your fridge?
Yeah.
I love hash out of the fridge. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's like sorbet or something. Just
Yeah,
banging.
chilled.
Yeah.
So I think top 3 or top 4 would be them, Plug, Terps Army,
Green Place.
and Family
Family
First.
First.
Yeah, I think if you're going to spend big money there, there's 4 shops to kind of go to.
Yeah.
And then hash, you'd have Tony's, hashtag.
For Bush Doctor.
Yeah.
New
I-
Times.
New Times,
For
yeah.
hash, yeah.
I haven't gone
For high end
floating.
hash though, like.
I need to. I haven't gone
Yeah.
like treat myself.
They had they have nice hash there.
Okay.
They do-
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot one very good one for hash. Reefer.
Oh yeah.
Definitely need to be on their
Oh.
high-end hash, man.
Yeah, them
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They get all
mulberry.
the fresh Kelly plates in. I think weekly they get
What, of
new
hash?
plates. Yeah.
Cali hash.
Cali plates. So
What's that mean?
that's hash,
hash.
filter hash, but
Yeah.
made from Cali weed.
Okay.
So that's either or static, or
Yeah.
it's triple filtered.
Mulberry.
Yeah,
fuck. That was still
that was next level.
That's like, you have like some joints that I think stick with you. That was one of them. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much
but
would that
it
be?
was
a
not
gram?
only for you.
Yeah, no,
The amount
for
of people
everyone.
I've heard say mulberry lately from
Yeah.
reefer, that's yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
they-
it is. It's banging.
that's all-
And how much
also
would that
one-
be a gram now?
Yeah, 25
Yeah,
plus.
something like that.
Yeah.
So Cali prices.
No, it
like-
is hefty, yeah. But it's like it is. But that's the difference. Like if you're going to go and like have a right, we're going for a nice joint.
You don't
Yeah.
want crumbles get wasted on your fingers with that
No,
kind of
you
hash.
don't.
know?
Nobody talk to
Every
me while I'm
speckle
fucking
counts.
rolling.
Yeah.
I am rolling my joint.
But like, so because most people, when like anyone I know that buys Cali is usually disappointed. So actually spending a bit more on hash is actually worth it.
I think because with hash, it's so much more potent and there's so much more flavour in it.
Okay.
That like, yeah, it is mad price. Like I'm still like twitch when I spend that. But
Some of them go
So-
over 45% THC, so they
Yeah.
definitely hit you.
like
know?
it's a heavy stone, especially for like smoking in a joint.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Usually like you're kind of, to get that like stone, you're going for like a heavier, like a dabs or something, or an
Yeah.
extracts. But to be able to smoke it in a joint and get that nice like mong is banging.
Uh.
But yeah, with the hash, some of them's beautiful.
Yeah.
The flavour comes through like stunning.
And is it like a real dirty hash, or is it more something like could smoke?
No, it's aid smoke. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
'cause-
So like even the mulberry, that was a real like, it was very unique.
Yeah.
Like it didn't taste like hash. It tasted like honestly, I kept saying to people, it tasted like you're in a spa. It was
I don't know
so
what that
like
means.
that. It felt like your taste feelings. I
Your
don't know.
taste
Yeah.
buds just get
We're on holidays.
Yeah,
like your
man.
taste buds just
They were
get
just
hit
like-
on the spot that you probably not expect
Yeah,
from
like
hash.
yeah, or even food and all. Like
Yeah.
like we wouldn't have
It's
tasted
more.
that.
It's more. You need to taste and smells than more than
Yeah,
flavors.
it
Like
was.
it's-
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, some hash does though. You're just smoking it and you're
You
just
just
like.
wanna every time you
mm.
wanna. I have that sometime with hash.
I wanna,
I
like,
sprinkle
hug
it in
it.
my joint and just sit there smelling my top of my fingers for a second.
Yeah,
Because you
no,
get
it's
so, because you
banging.
broke up all the, while you're breaking
You're
the hash
breaking all
up,
the head.
Yeah.
you're breaking the head, so you get the
Smell.
smell and all
Yeah.
the terpenes are coming. So you get that's lingering around in my fingers for so long.
Yeah.
So sometimes I rolled my joint and everything, smoking it. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's really nice.
Or do you toke before you
Dry
light
hits,
it?
I love dry hits.
Oh,
Do you ever
I'd
dry hit
sometimes
your
sit
joint?
there with
Yeah.
it. I usually forget, but when you have it in your mouth before you light it, and then you're just looking at it and you're like, oh, that's banging.
This is gonna be a nice joint.
Yeah. But I wonder though, do you get the effects of the terpenes from that?
I'd say probably just terpenes.
Even
without-
if it's in a mental
But
effect.
yeah, of course, it's
Like
only
the way when you smell
terpenes are like a
lavender.
flavor molecule. So of course, any like you tasting
Yeah.
it is terpenes. You know what I
You know
mean?
what I mean?
I guess when
'Cause,
you
like-
taste something, it also hits. Of course, it hits the your nose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you probably can create certain.
No,
like
because I remember.
relaxing effects,
yeah,
kind of to a degree. Like
100%.
when, like if you're smoking a joint, it's like that.
You definitely trigger
Whereas
enough. What you call them?
Even the mental effect of thinking you're smoking.
I don't know.
Like receptors.
Receptors.
No, like a response that goes from your brain to
Oh,
your
like nerve response.
nerve.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why I lost that part. But like it
Losing my
just hits the
nerves.
right nerves, and it just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
no, it
I definitely
like,
can
the smell
bring
and
it-
taste isn't that to do with it being lit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still going to be there. It's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like if you ate the weed, you're going to taste it. That's
But that-
terpenes. You
to
know what I mean?
activate
That's,
the
you just start
actual-
chewing on it. You're like, you're tasting it. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
you're not
It's-
going to get.
no, you're not going to get
that
high,
taste.
but it's still going to be that.
I remember
it's not going to be the
working-
same flavors because they're
No.
not being combusted or
Gonna taste a
vaped.
bit.
remember working downstairs, and there was always this one regular. He bought an espresso, bought a gram of hash, broke half of it up, threw it in the espresso, and just
Yeah.
shotted it.
A lot
Man, that's
of.
heavy. Eh?
What, just downed it like a
Yeah.
Just
like
downed
a tablet?
And
it. It's
you
gonna
know
sit
what?
on your stomach. These pieces of hash are gonna sit on your stomach.
And would that work?
A lot, like I've never tried it, but do you know what? It's a lot of older people have tried
This
it.
was an older gentleman.
It's
Yeah.
they'll literally just come
Like, I
with
didn't
their
think that
hash
would
in.
work if you just start necking weed, like or
Like
necking
I
hash.
wonder, does
it's
it
like-
decarb in your stomach or does it decarb in the coffee or something?
It probably has something to do with the heat of the coffee, because I
And,
heard
like,
it
is
before that.
the fat in the coffee or something. Maybe do you need espresso? There's no.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he
I don't
came
know.
weekly.
That we need to
I
find out.
think
Because
it
I
would
wanted
work.
to try-
Weekly and did this, so
Yeah.
if it doesn't
Wendy
give you an
as
effect,
well.
you're not gonna come back
And keep
almost
doing
every
it.
week and keep doing it.
Wendy as well. As soon as she gets here, gets off the plane, goes to Bluebird,
She
gets to
always-
grab a gram of pollen, breaks it up her hands.
But that's
Yeah,
that's not even with a drink. So there's no heating that up or that. That's
No,
just
she
swallowing it.
just like eats it.
And she
necks
says
it.
she feels it. Yeah.
I don't know, like she blazes. A
Yeah,
lot,
see, that's what
so
I'm
I
saying.
don't know
like,
if
Like
it's
if you
that
eat
or
it and then
the
start smoking it after, maybe you're just getting stoned. It does.
I don't know.
If
I
anybody
need to-
knows, let us know.
Yeah, more in
do
the
you know what?
comments.
I'll try to do it on a wake and bake
Yeah,
morning.
just
Yeah,
neck it.
I'll just
You're
eat a
just
load of
there.
coffee.
Instead of your
Imagine
tablets, just a
though.
little ball of hash.
Yeah, that'd be
That's it.
savage. If you could though, you just crumble up a bit of hash
Yeah.
and then just like
Just-
neck it with your coffee, and that's like your
Salt bait
stove.
in your
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so we're gonna
Sprinkle
fall.
it down.
A shot of
Um,
coffee. Let's go.
Right, what topic we do next? I think most chill, most comfortable coffee shop. Where would you want to go and just relax and smoke?
Yeah.
So, as controversial as it is, it's just for chilling. So relax. But pray to me. Pray to me has got to be up
you,
there.
You
you
cannot,
know?
I know.
you cannot skip that in
I
the
even
top
love
three.
the vibe of the big tables.
Yeah,
That you're not like, because it is that kind of like sit back, you roll your joint, and then you're able to sit back and chill.
yeah.
You could have like you and your crew, and then like people from somewhere
Yeah.
else, and you might
No
even
one's on
interact.
top
You can
of
with
have
it.
4,
each
6
you,
different
yeah.
crews on one
And 'cause
table.
the table's so big, you're
Yeah.
on top of each other. You're not fucking
No.
moving shit around and all.
And you're not really.
And the service is banging.
Yeah.
And then you have a fucking
Always
cinema
their
room with
staff.
beds upstairs.
Yeah.
You can literally take your shoes off and lie there and just
Literally.
drink milkshakes and eat food
Yeah.
and smoke
I'll
joints.
save people the
Yeah,
problems.
even that
but
for the food.
No, you have to take your shoes off if you lie in their beds. They're pretty strict about that. You can't have your shoes
You
on.
have to bring
well,
them
as long as your shoes are not on the thing.
Yeah, no, but we're not that tall.
You're chinning up
Yeah. Lying there looking up.
backwards.
What's happening in the movie? It sounds great.
Perks of being a Dutchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Um,
line them couches for Dutch
That's
people.
it. We measured them up. What if tourists come? Fuck the tourists.
Yeah.
All the short arse
Yeah.
Irish.
Give them more cushions.
Thanks,
more
Yuri.
cushions at their back.
Yeah.
Other
right,
real
yeah.
chill spots. I have to say, I do like the seats to chill in Dolphins.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
banging
Dolphin.
on.
I have
The
And
little
like the
booths.
as
You
well.
just keep yourself
Yeah.
separated from other groups. It's
Yeah,
nice.
I've never really chilled down there. I remember we went there one time with the dog, and I ordered first, and I go to your man, can I bring the dogs? Like, yeah, no worries. I went down, they're still ordering. I went down and let the dog off the lead. He's up on the couches, he's jumping around like a maniac. I'm like, fuck's sake. Next thing, another guy comes down. I was like, oh, sorry, he's not allowed in the couch. He's like, he's not allowed in the shop. I was like, the guy said he was. Like, oh, he just started, he didn't know. I was like, what the fuck? So I got up, and these are about to order. I was like, cancel that order, we're out of here. They're like, what the fuck? So that was as long as I sat down there, was at 2 minutes, but it's a sick, real comfy
It is
couches and all.
comfy, yeah. The boot vibe and all is cool.
Yeah,
be
and because they had such a
comfortable.
bad reputation for so long with their weed and everything, but they've done revamped completely. I think they've a new menu, a new owner maybe, but the
Yeah.
last 2 years I've heard nothing but good stuff about them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting their name back in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's it. It's a comfy shop, so all they need is half decent weed, and you'll have people in. You know what I mean? Like
but it does be busy, especially because it's just off the lights of Strand.
Yeah.
It's quite like busy.
it's nearly quiet enough to be off the beaten track, but close
Yeah.
enough to everything to get to it. You know what I mean?
Literally.
I'm trying to think where else would you put down as
Like,
New
are you
Times?
saying comfy as in like how sore your arse will be after
kind of
you
yeah
get
somewhere
off,
where you want to go
or
relax.
where
somewhere-
you like to chill? Because I love like yo-yo,
yeah.
banging little
Well, that
spot.
has a couch in it, comfy there if you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, even Bluebird has a banging if you get the window
Yeah,
seat
no, that's nice. And even has
upstairs.
cushions and all, so it is
Yeah.
comfy too.
The Joker as well. Love that
Yeah,
for people
but again,
watching.
it's great. It's one
or
of the best to
Bagheera's
watch.
front.
Yeah,
Big Ears has a nice front.
Yeah.
Garris has a nice seating
can-
area,
Yeah.
comfy seats,
I-
loads of tables, so you down back in the back as well.
they're talking
they've
about
fixed
renovating
these,
and moving the bar to the back and putting tables up where the window is, so they
That
can
would be
maximise
cool.
that view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
People go through the whole shop
so you go
first.
through buy the seats like Dam
So
Cream
basically
style.
Dam Cream style,
and
yeah.
get down to the back, and then you know what I mean. So you have
Because
people
I have
with
to say, it's always crowded up front there
the- yeah, oh
with
yeah.
their counter. There's
But a
People
lot of
can barely
you
go.
said
They
some
do
people
the
don't even know they have a
seats, right.
back as well. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
just
no,
walk
you
by.
don't.
Yeah.
Especially if there is a crowd.
You've got rid
there
of
and
the
you're
door
up
now,
first.
so you can kind of see through. But before, you could have been like, "Oh, that's their back room." You know what I mean? That's their
Literally.
storage or something. So, yeah, no, Bulgaria has always been a nice little place to chill. And they have,
Reefer with their big terrace.
yeah, for outdoors, it's
For the
definitely good.
summer,
yeah.
Their indoor used to be great upstairs, and then they
Yeah.
renovated, and it's not comfy anymore. It
Yeah,
used to have
it's quite
couches
like-
the whole way around and all. Now it's
Yeah.
just stools and tables. So,
A bit tight.
yeah, I don't understand why they went backwards. But
Dampering as well has a cozy vibe.
yeah.
Except
But
some
it's-
evenings I
the
don't
te-
go in and you just don't like the candles.
It's the chairs aren't that comfy though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sliding everywhere on
You
them.
just have to I always pack an extra jumper with me.
Yeah.
And that's like my chair cushion.
I usually
I'm
have to
like,
give it to
"Oh,
the
my
dog to sleep on, so I don't even have that cushion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't wear a tracksuit if you go into Dunkin'.
Yeah,
because
you'd be
you
sliding
slide off the
everywhere.
chairs.
Do you want a drink?
Yes,
No,
please.
Fanta or peach iced tea?
Ooh, peach iced tea. Somebody knew I came on. Thank you, sir.
Right, so that's the comfort one. I'm gonna, since you mentioned yo-yos, I think top 3 hidden gems or ones people don't visit or might know about or don't talk about.
Yeah.
So I think you put yo-yo on that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little spot. Just 'cause it's like literally you're like walking into someone's living
Yeah,
room.
no, it is properly like it's a table and chairs, a couch, a cat, and
Yeah.
then you go through like a curtain into an archway, and then you're
There's
into
a
like a
little old
coffee shop.
lady just being like, hello. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
It feels like you're going in to get like cash off your nanny. You know what I mean? And go sit. And that's more, not just someone's living room. It feels like you're going into
Yeah,
your
yeah,
nanny's
nanny's.
sitting room or something.
Yeah.
Can I have a bag of hash?
Yeah, it's a mental little shop. And what, it closes at 7 as well, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's only open. I think that's why it'd be such a hidden gem. It's only open 12 till 7.
Yeah. Yeah, we got there like like half an hour later. Like, right, everyone out. Like, oh, fuck. Trying to think where else a hidden gem. Somewhere.
Well, you can call Solo a hidden gem
Yeah.
because they're
Definitely.
not on the main square.
I think it's a
No.
hidden gem for
I think
tourists.
for tourists,
but
yeah,
for
yeah.
smokers, everyone knows it now. you
Yeah,
know.
everybody knows it now, but they still have like it's also waste after the redone that it got less comfortable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's not as
they
much
made up
change.
for it with the keeping up with the prices.
Yeah,
and-
no,
and-
but it was
Yeah.
much better when it had the boots and that big. Did you remember the old curved table? Like at the window, they had this kind of like semicircle table that had like 5 or 6 stools. You could look straight out the window, but it was a
Window,
real
front
sociable
window,
table. 'Cause
yeah.
Yeah.
so if you're there on your own or 2 people,
Now it's
Yeah.
you'd
just
all
a
sit up. And now it's just like,
big TV there.
yeah, it's just they've got rid of half
yeah,
their
you go with
seats
the
and
TV,
it's
you know. I
yeah,
remember being at one stage and everyone was just like
staring over
bead-eyed
it. Yeah.
over. And it was like, oh.
But I'm trying to think what else would I have as a hidden gem that people don't really. A spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
For,
it's got a lot to
especially if you have
offer.
a big group.
Yeah.
Like for
Pool
big
table,
groups. Yeah.
pinball machines, arcade. They have a games table now, the ones you
Yeah.
sit at. So it's a big shop, decent enough menu as well. So it's,
Yeah.
I'd have that down as somewhere
Especially
like,
if you are floating through, like if you're on the tourist bus, floating through Jordan or
yeah,
that kind of
you're up to Wooly Hulp or Mr. K and Co.
and you
It's only
have a
around the
big
corner.
crew.
Yeah.
Buy your flower elsewhere, go and buy your courtesy or whatever way
But
you
their,
do
their
it,
menu
but-
isn't even that bad. They have a couple
Yeah.
of like last time I was there, I think they had 3 or 4 cushions, like 12,
Yeah.
13 euros. So they have enough selection as well.
Yeah.
So it's
Trying to
definitely-
follow,
Yeah.
they have enough regulars there,
yeah.
loads of
Yeah.
regulars there.
Yeah, it just seemed busy with
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
Do you know where else I'd have that? I don't know if it's a hidden gem, but a lot of people wouldn't talk about it so much. Siberia.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I
It's
think-
a lot of people
it's a
forget about
beautiful
Siberia.
shop. I love the big tree tables as you walk
Yeah.
in. That's gorgeous.
And it's always got a decent menu, like good prices. You know what I mean? They even used to have Cali back in the day. Well, they said everyone says it's Cali, but they said they were pretty convincing that it was Cali, and they'd have it just thrown in the middle of the menu for 13, 14, 15 euro. Like so. Yeah, no, I definitely have Siberia down there as a little hidden gem. Trying to think what else is around. Dunk.
Perfume.
I'm thinking,
They're that hidden we don't even know them.
I haven't been.
like for
but I need
hash,
to go, but La Tertulia.
Oh yeah.
That one I need to go. I think that's a 12 till 7
That's, I
kind
think
of
it's
vibe
only
as
open
well.
5 days a week for 7 or 8 hours. I heard it's a mother-daughter own thing,
Yeah.
so they must just go in together, do 5 shifts, 8 hours, or like 5
Beautiful.
shifts a week, 8 hours a day, and that's it. It's closed. The rest of
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean? So
Because I think I went by just to drop in leaflets because
Yeah.
everyone said to go, but I just never went.
yeah, you have to catch it at the
National
right time. Like
Yeah.
set your alarm clock.
Yeah, but I remember when I walked in, I was just like, oh, you want to live there. Like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
For a little hidden gem, maybe Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
especially over
Actually,
that side of the city.
yeah, and
as
they
well.
have quite a big area behind.
Yeah, no, they got
Yeah.
renovated about 5-6 years
Yeah,
ago,
you
and
can
it's a
take
nice
lot of
couch.
seating in
It's actually
behind.
comfy enough as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, no, it is. It's
So
chill.
it is, and we used to go there all the time for hash.
Yeah.
So
you
Yeah,
just
they
live-
were. That was the first shop I ever heard about tagine from.
Okay.
Like that was, I think they were the. Yeah, they were that. It was Babylon that opened my eyes to Moroccan hash. That was kind of like.
yeah.
I remember I walked in.
What was
and
it? Their caddy and their cheese?
Yeah, I always used to go in. Your mum like 1.5. I'd be like, yes. They were amazing. Really good service as well, and
Yeah.
always busy actually when like tourist wise.
Yeah, because it's not far from Dam Square. You just
No.
if you go off the
one
main.
of the
It's the
only
closest one to
ones-
Varmistra.
Yeah.
It's definitely the closest.
Literally.
Was it you that told me the story of how they stayed open? No?
I've heard this story
that
from you,
the
but
the guy that owned it was basically away on holidays, and like the doors of it are like a big, like nearly like castle door
Yeah,
on the actual
big shutter outside.
Yeah.
Or the big, yeah.
So whatever way happened was that when the notices for Varmistrat and all that area were given in to be closed, it never got handed in because like
It
there
was
no-
closed.
Yeah,
They couldn't even get into the door. There's like a big door outside the front door of the
Yeah,
coffee shop. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
that's
So-
like
they're
a
always open. It's the big
barn
red
door.
thing, right?
Yeah. no. So because of that, he never got the notice. It all happened. Da da da.
And then
I
every
think
coffee shop on the Green Mile got shut down. He comes
and
back from his holidays and opens up like nothing happened.
literally, and because of that, I don't think anything could have been done
Yeah.
to some degree. And I don't think he's near enough to a school that they could have done anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like imagine everyone knew that. They'd be all fucking hiding.
You know what I mean? Just pull the shorts, lads.
Yeah,
They're coming.
like, you know,
Yeah.
What a lucky the man's on holidays having the time of his life and comes back and has the only business on Varmistrat suddenly.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be Feels Good. I don't know how they got away with it, but now
Yeah.
they're gone as well. And
Mm.
just gone. I think your man handed back in his license at one less coffee shop in the city. Yeah, it's fucking
Why?
disgusting. 'Cause
Why?
I ran into his son one day and I was like, I heard like the shop's gone. I go, would you not sell it? I'm sure there's people that will buy it. And he's like, no, doesn't want it. He just wants it gone. I was like what the fuck? Just, I mean, I'm sure I can get on to a few people. I'll probably have you a buyer tomorrow. That'll take it.
Yeah, and
he's like,
staff.
yeah. And he's just like, no, he doesn't want it. So yeah, just one less license in this world. Like, it's fucking horrible. But,
More just like I get you're done, but like
yeah, you know
hello.
what I mean? Pass it on, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Even if you, like, there's a massive cash payout from passing it on. There's no cash payout from just handing it back in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, even if you don't care about the money, give it away for free. Just keep it going, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But, any other topics, or do you have a bit of news?
Well, yeah, we're going to start bringing out some.
Yeah, we're going to try and do a
news.
bit of worldwide weed
Reports.
news, kind of.
Yeah, just to kind of like fill everyone in on what is going on. Like even with Germany becoming legalized.
Yeah, that's by the time this comes out, we're going to drop this. I think we're hopefully out on the 1st of April, this
Yes.
episode. So,
congratulations,
congratulations to
Germany.
Germany.
Yoo-hoo, blaze up.
So yeah, we'll be coming to see you
No,
soon.
big time.
So it's going to be interesting. Do you know the stats on what's the laws there? What way it's going to?
Well, from what I know, I think it's 25 on you.
Yeah.
You can carry. You
In
can
public.
grow indoors for your personal use.
Three.
Yeah,
3
with
to
lights.
I heard
3
three.
to 5 plants.
Yeah, and you're
But-
allowed to have 25 grams on you. Is
On
that what
the-
you just said? Sorry. Yeah.
So I
And
don't know
then-
if that 25 grams that can't apply to in-house. That has to be on the street, kind of.
has
You
to
know
be
what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
you.
on your person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you have 3
Personally.
plants, you can't have 25. You know what I mean? That's
No, but I
cancels
think
each other out.
yeah,
You know what I
So
mean?
that you can go out of the door with 25 grams on you, and
which
you
is
can have
nice.
at
Like
home.
if you're
Yeah.
away for like a few days, and then as you said, out and about, it's
Like, I know
It's
in America
fair.
that's why they made it a bigger limit, because not everyone lives near a dispensary. Some people live in the mountains, some people live
Yeah.
this, you know what I mean? So they have
It's
to come
a
in and
big
get a
place.
pound, half a pound, this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, we're limited to 5 grams here, which is
Yeah.
mental, like, you know what I mean? It's
crazy. And then
it's
I
good.
think they will be opening social clubs, which will have they're allowed to have up to 500 members,
okay.
which is deadly. But it's also a small amount
Yeah.
when you think on how big Germany is,
Well,
and I think how many
even
smoke.
Teesside said they had 800.
what I'm hoping is that means that there'll just be more.
Clubs.
Yeah. And then imagine if it's more like, even when you go to like I know it's Berlin, but like Germany as well, you'll go and there'll be like the tobacco shops and there'll be like 2 like picnic benches outside,
yeah.
and people go in, buy their box of smokes, even if it is
Even with the
beer or
off-license,
whatever.
be the same. They just have a bench outside, buy one beer, sit outside, and that's it. You know what I mean?
So I'm hoping the way they are, and because they can do like the Germans do shit right, I'm thinking they'll make it more like chill, like coffee shop vibe in a way.
You don't take the piss, that's it.
Yeah.
You can get away
The
with
only
that
thing
stuff.
that I've seen is that they have the same thing with schools and all this.
But that's
Once
standard.
there's children's facilities and stuff around, that you can't have a shop there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Though,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But-
nobody's arguing with that.
But what I've seen now is that they've been the amount of playgrounds made in Germany over the last couple of months is insane.
Okay, trying to stop these.
Yeah, so they're trying to make it really.
So it's few and far between where you can get somewhere.
That's what I read maybe 2 days ago.
Interesting. Yeah, no, makes
So
sense.
I've seen they're trying. You know, there was like 35 more votes than on a yes for Germany. That's why they.
It was unanimous, like.
Yeah.
It was unanimous because they went to 35. They had 35 more votes on yes than no.
Yeah.
So probably all these people who voted no are the people who are trying to.
Yeah, they're
Get
like,
more
oh,
and
let's do
more-
good for our locals now.
Yeah.
Now you just get your finger out and start giving the kids
Yeah.
playgrounds.
So yeah, that's.
So everybody's winning in this. The kids are getting better playgrounds. The stoners are getting dispensaries somewhere.
But like, I'm hoping like Germany is quite large, but like, I don't know.
I don't. They'll find a room for them. They're just going to make it hard for them, which.
100%.
It's been hard. It's hard for stoners for a long time.
Anyway,
it's getting easier.
We'll
Even if
manage
you make
through.
it hard. Yeah, we know how
But
to
just
keep
even
persevering.
The personal use thing or the personal growing, that
Yeah.
alone it's beautiful, because not all like people that have been smoking, like there's people well older than us that have been smoking for years and growing their own at home.
That's all they've
Can
ever
now
smoked
just
really
do
for
it
20 years
with
is what they
peace of
grow.
mind.
Yeah.
And go out about and have their joint
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
maybe
upload.
make a better setup and have a better grow system, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Instead of this kind of hidden thing, and you know what I mean?
And we'll find out that their neighbours are always
Yeah,
also
that's
doing
it.
it. That's what I think will be amazing once
Yeah.
it starts going green. Is you'll start seeing everyone
Like the Spider-Man meme, everyone just pointing at you like, you smoke?
Yeah.
You smoke? You smoke?
Yeah.
You, what? You?
We
Well,
all
yeah.
is.
No, it's
But
going to be
I've seen
interesting.
the interest from the Germans, like coming into the shop.
Mm.
I think the last 3 seats that I sold to
Yeah.
were all Germans.
Nice.
So they're all
They're
really
getting
like
ready for it,
Yeah, they're getting really excited. 'Cause they know, like, okay.
No, imagine
Yeah.
though. Like, could you you'd be buzzing
Oh,
back
stop,
home.
like-
You'd
Imagine
be
being-
Just giving that
buzzing.
green
Imagine
light, you're just
us-
like, what?
Imagine
Wait, like
us
I'm
three.
not a criminal anymore.
Yeah.
Imagine us 3, big
Yeah.
smokers.
So
Find
they'd
out
like,
that
yeah, go ahead.
we legally
And
can
if
with,
you've-
plans, no
if you've
problem.
been told in advance on this day you're going to be going ahead, you'll literally have everything ready on
Yeah,
the
you're
start
getting the
line.
lights and all.
You're like, what? On this day, because I grow, and you have the soil ready on the night before. Just right
I
now, man.
actually feel excited
Yeah,
for
no,
them.
it's like Christmas Day.
No, it is. It's because it's such a pressure on.
Yeah.
You
I've
know
seen
what I mean?
people with
Like-
interviews with tears in their eyes.
Yeah.
No, I mean
It's like the best day
Duncan,
of their
Oh, that's
life.
it.
we
like-
go back home and it's
You're
weird,
a criminal,
man.
you're a fucking
You're
this,
sketchy,
you're a junkie, you're a fucking
on
everything else.
edge. You're like you'll go down like the backfield for a joint sometimes. Like I know like in the garage and stuff
Yeah.
at night time. But during daytime if you want to go for a joint, you're walking about
Yeah.
with the dog, like, you know what I mean?
Hiding
It's-
down some bush somewhere, you know what I mean?
and it's more just
And that's
'cause
grown
it's-
adults still doing this shit, you know what I mean? Just so
But
their
it's
neighbours
because
don't find
what
out.
would the
Not even the
neighbours
police,
think?
yeah. They're not even
No.
worried about getting arrested. They're like, oh, my neighbours might judge me, you know what I mean? Which is,
Literally,
for me, it's crazy, but I get it as well, you know what I mean? It's
it's the freedom. It's why
Yeah.
like it's
like half the reason we came here is to not feel like criminals anymore, to be able to be ourselves without being told, no, you're a criminal for wanting to do that, for ingesting nature, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I mean?
something
It's
that
in
helps with like our physical
Our-
bodies,
our
everything,
mental, our physical,
health,
yeah, our
everything.
day to day, everything, you know what I mean? It's
Literally.
and harms nobody while we do it.
No,
you
you,
know
might
what I
get a
mean?
bit of waft, but
Yeah.
like
Like we put up with drunks every day, you know what I mean? This and that, and they don't give a shit. But
even just like on like sober level, just like assholes and stuff.
yeah, you know,
it's a nice blinker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know,
to be like,
it
man,
makes
I
life
don't
more
care.
tolerable. You know what I mean?
Like I have sympathy for people that go through life being like, "Ooh,
You can
drugs
see
are
why some people are
bad."
angry
I'm
all
like,
the time,
"Oh,
you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, smoke a joint,
Yeah.
Karen." You know?
Calm down.
Yeah.
Stop taking
Yeah.
life so
Take
serious.
a toke.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel now?
Yeah.
Literally, we vibing. We chill. Okay, let's get shit done.
Yeah.
Let's stop whinging.
Bong hits.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm excited for the
See
ripple.
what happens. And the
'Cause,
ripple,
like,
the
even
ripple,
I
that's
think
the main thing.
We
like.
had someone on only recently. I think it was Teesside, and they were like, "It's always that in the next 5 years." And I think I've been saying that since I started blazing.
That's his answer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but because of Germany doing it, I'm like,
Maybe it is the next 5 years. you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's it. As I said when we were talking about the 4-year Dutch experiment, 2 years through that experiment, they're gonna have to go away. Like I mean, suddenly everyone
They're all
else.
just legalizing
Yeah,
it.
everyone else is just fully
decriminalising
legal, and
it.
we're trying to still test, like, see what we want to do with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When everyone else just gone, yeah,
Let
it's
the
legal. you
people
know what I mean?
have it.
So that's
Yeah.
it. In 2 years, we could have 3-4 other countries that have joined Germany, and we're still going. We're going to test it in 10 cities. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's,
Give it the
we've
time.
tested it enough. It's been
Yeah.
around long enough. We're not going to find out what we don't know about it.
I
you
think
know
the
what I mean?
problem with the Dutch government is like
Well, it's
they're already so far into this that there's no changing around for them.
Stubborn bastard.
But also, it is like if they do legalize tomorrow, where do they get it? It will have to still be that black market, which they kind of.
But by legalizing it, it's not a black market.
But again, yeah, I suppose it's
Like if it's still being sold through the coffee shops, they're paying tax on it.
yeah.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? And
Growers
people
would just
are
have to
coming-
register then or something like. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but that's the thing. Like even the way with Teesside, they get their product from
the members.
members. They
Yeah.
come in, they run it through, they make sure it's clean and all that,
Yeah.
and then it's sold. So imagine then if it could be that the coffee shops can, you don't have to come in and be like, here's my name, address, and anus
Yeah,
scan.
here's a little
And-
fucking sample or something. you know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
people can come in and just be like, right, I have this stuff. They take it, they don't take it.
Yeah.
But if everyone's growing 3 plants, that's enough for personal use plus some for
Yeah.
most. So if then they can come in and also,
But
if
then
they
again,
have-
if we're supplying somewhere like Amsterdam, people will have to have the bigger grows, and then
oh, absolutely.
then
but
they
then
have
you
to
can
change the law
that-
for that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
And
see,
then
that's what I think if they let them work on what they're doing now. But then also, there's a lot of people that would be able to do a bigger grow without going to the extremes they're doing.
yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I think that could supply shops enough.
Yeah, because there is like you know, I mean, the demand of Amsterdam isn't like anywhere
Sure,
else.
it's
You know what I mean?
like a lot has been going, like the Dutch grown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're not in the levels of these kind of spots of
Ye-
like the government weed.
Yeah, no, of course.
So I think it's
Yeah, no, like it has been surviving underground, but it will be that kind of. How do you get it from the underground to a
Just
legit
the
thing?
It's
way-
peace of mind, like renting an office space.
Yeah,
You know
or
what I
some
mean?
warehouse somewhere,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
They'll just have like even like allotments. You know what I mean?
Little everyone can have their own, but
And,
that'd
like,
be
it's
savage.
security
Imagine you had
and
living in
all, like,
apartments
so
and
your
you had
shit's
little
safe.
greenhouses and everyone could have their own little allotment where you put your own plants and all. like.
Literally, and even if it's not flower, let it be fruit and veg.
Yeah, but they have
Whatever
them, like
to-
there's one
yeah.
around the corner from my house, you'd see it outside and everyone has their own little patch and you see all the old people down there just tending their garden, you know what I mean? So
Literally.
imagine you had that in the greenhouse, everyone had their own patch of weeds, you know what I mean?
Come on, it'd be phenomenal.
Just make sure nobody fucks with anyone
Yeah,
else's
people-
weeds. you know?
people
Yeah.
gonna rob each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ready to harvest. Good, pal.
Well, like if it doesn't happen in the other one with the fruit and veg, I know it's not as valuable, but you know what I mean? You'd like to think there's some
But I
sort
think
of
the
honour between
more
growers.
more normalised,
Yeah.
like who's
I think
what's the
normalizing
song?
here
It's like
is just
sell
gonna
it
be a
on the
big problem.
corner, like oh, there's some like savage reggae artist. I can't get the words out. But it's basically wants to sell it on the corner like fruit and veg at
Yeah.
the market.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it. And I think if
Part
it's
of our
like
5 a day.
that, yeah. I think if it's like that, it won't be so taboo or
Yeah.
that kind of way inclined.
No,
you take that
100%.
off it, especially if everyone can grow at home.
Yeah, no, that'd be unbelievable.
But here it's definitely gonna stay how it is for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We see.
no, but,
But yeah,
the
again,
government takes 52% tax of coffee shops, income tax.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what, they're
no,
not going to
Yeah,
give
but
that up?
no, but that means that once they change this law, they lose all this 52% income.
Yeah, but
tax.
also at the moment they're trying to.
So wait, can we also just point out that they want to be the people that are the growers and that like behind it, so making money from that side on
But
the
if it
selling
goes-
to
if
the
it goes
shops,
legal, it won't be
and then
taxed like that.
also making. But then people will be paying tax as well, so they're getting double tax paid for this shit.
No, but like when it goes, it won't be like
Also, the
50%
government basically sells to these
shops.
to these shops.
Yeah, and then the coffee shop pays tax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so on
But
both
that's,
ways.
that's like that in every product in the world. Like every business pays taxes. They're making something, and then that product has taxed when it goes out.
Yeah, but that's fine if it's a different product, but it's the government's.
But every product is sanctioned by the government and taxed by the government. You know what I mean? Like if we want to get it to the point where it's like Coca-Cola and Snickers, there will be tax on every end. You know what I mean? It'll be tax when it's made, tax when it's sold, all this stuff, and that's what comes with legalization. You know what I mean? If you want it like Coca-Cola and everything else, you have to take the taxes and all this to come with it
Yeah.
and all that. So hopefully it will go cheaper because of it's easier to grow and you're not getting stopped and you're not getting shut down and all that price will come down. So overall it should level out. Like most of this legal stuff or the medical stuff is €8-9. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's for even for their top stuff it's maybe a tenner. So they've already brought the price down from 30 in some shops. So if they could grow to Cali levels, which I don't see why they couldn't if they had the right growers in Amsterdam, and they're selling it for a tenner, even with the tax, maybe €12, we're winning still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's. Yeah, like the taxes will come with legalisation because then if you want it to be a real product, it has to be treated like everything else. You know what I mean? You can't get exemptions as well as legalisation. You know?
Well, they do.
Yeah,
but I see
but
for
that's
them, I
government.
don't see a reason why they
But
would change.
like
it.
if they're that
It's
worried
so
about
quick.
keep cashing in on this 50% tax, why would they be trying to reduce coffee shops? You know what I mean? Like if they're that worried about losing, oh no, we can't legalise it because we're going to lose out on 50% of tax from all these coffee shops. Why are they trying to get rid of another 100 coffee shops and get it down to 60? Because they're probably making less money than they would if it was legal. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
their end goal is to have no smoking in the civilization anymore.
Yeah, but so that's what I mean. So I don't think that 50%
they're-
tax is high on their.
Oh, it's
that they-
definitely on their list.
but again, if they're bringing coffee shops down, they're going to lose that. They're going to lose the money they made from 50% tax anyway.
Yeah, but coffee shops make so much money for this country.
Yeah, I get that, but they're trying to bring it down from 160 to like 60. So if they're willing to bring it down, they know they're going to lose money anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Cashing in on coffee shops can't be high on their agenda, or else they wouldn't be trying to reduce coffee shops. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's why they'd stop it from going legal, because they're like, oh no, then we're going to lose out on all this money.
It's not the main reason, but it's definitely a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, as
Same as that they won't have any control over.
but as
How
it grows
much-
around the world, it's going to be unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like if everywhere else is legalised and it's just becoming this more norm everywhere else, eventually every country's going to have to change. You know what I mean? It's-
There's a lot of things you can only do in this country.
Man, Ireland is one of the most backwards countries in the world, and we started the smoking ban and then legalised getting voted in gay marriage. You know what I mean? Countries that don't change can change. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're not generations change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, if you meet the older generation of Ireland, they're racist, homophobic bastards.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think
Yeah.
the Netherlands are people
Yeah, but
that are
that's-
stuck in their ways and everywhere else is like open.
and now we're like open.
We're
to
here for a
everything.
reason. You
And
know
all
what
the
I mean?
old
Like,
people and they are like, fuck the church.
yeah,
And you know what? There's a mad wave of younger generation going back to the church
Is
in
there?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a mad, weird wave. I'm like, lads, just smoke a joint.
yeah.
Oh.
The church need to bring in weed and then they'll get people back. Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
box.
We're losing too many fucking. What are they called? What do people go to church called? Not I was going to call them patients. Patrons? No, I don't know.
Yeah. I do think that's why I'm kind of a more like everywhere can change,
Yeah.
and then with Germany doing it, I think it could make a nice.
And that's it. Like we're saying, each generation comes up, they haven't been lied to like the last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine what the kids today are when they're grown up, where it's they see their parents smoking it openly and like you know what I mean, talking about it. Like Saucy Whiff last week, that's his medicine. His children know that's his medicine. They know cigarettes are bad, and they know cannabis is a medicine you need. You know what I mean? Like and the other, like they shouldn't be eating paracetamol, so they won't be touching your fucking other medicine. You know what I mean? So it's if it's taught the right ways, they won't be as like my ma still thinks, oh, the hash. You know what I mean? Everything's that hash's fault because they've been lied to for their whole life.
If your kid did get into your edibles or your smoke or anything, it's not actually, there's no way of it harming them.
No, of course not. They're going to be stoned.
Yes, your kid is going to be blazed.
But kids get drunk, like, you know what I mean?
But
it
that's
happens.
The thing. But if they got into your alcohol or your paracetamol
they could fucking OD
cough
or
medicine, that kind of stuff. You could
alcohol poisoning and that.
Yeah.
And kids do get into alcohol and do get, you know what I mean? They do find it. So, for sure. But again, that's it. The next generation won't be lied to, so they'll be more educated on the matter. So hopefully it will turn out better and fucking eventually we get the change that we want. So I think we have to wrap it up soon. But any other news before we go?
No, just everyone stay blazing, stay amazing.
Stay high. From the high cunts to you cunts. Hopefully we're going to do this a little bit more, just a more chill, us chatting away.
Yeah, we'll be bringing
podcasts.
more what's happening in the kind of
hopefully
side.
What's going on around the area and around the world and the weed and the world of weed.
Yes.
But
And hash.
And hash, the kind of world.
Hush, hush, baby.
So thanks to the Faded Fairy as always. Thanks to DunkonDank.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to you for watching, and we'll
Thanks
catch
for
you next
for
time.
having us.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
The hikers.